was speaking to some people the other night. See, listen, it's a warning to all of you that go for family liberation and take pastors to your village, to your place, and to pastors who go to do those kind of things. Be careful. Half deliverance is provocative. You better allow people to live with their problems than giving them half solution. It's evil. One of the most difficult things to do on the earth is to relocate a spirit. You don't just wake up and be shouting out. It's not every spirit you say out. It's not also every spirit you bind. No, there are spirits that are designed not to respond to change. So your binding and losing can't work where they are. Job said to you, can you lose the Urim? It's not every spirit you bind. It's not every spirit you lose. A lot of wrong teachings have gone. That's why many believers are casualties. When Jesus met the madman of Gathering in Mark 5, remember the Bible gave account that madman could not be bound by chain. They will put fetters on his feet, he will break it. He will put fetters in his hands, he will break it. He was living in the rocks, chase everybody away from that territory. When Jesus came to that situation, Jesus didn't also bind that spirit. That spirit is designed not to respond to change. When Jesus came and the spirit came and worshipped him and reacted, what have you come to disturb me? My hour is not yet come. Jesus said, who are you? What's your name? He said, I am Legion. We are 6,000. Jesus said, now your time is up. You have to leave this young man alone. He said, you know we don't respond to change. You must not bind us. You will send us to a swine where somebody is keeping his pigs. Let's go and have our enjoyment there. In verse 12, Jesus agreed. And those spirits entered to a place having over 2,000 pigs, and they became wild. That the keepers of the place saw their animals running away because a spirit entered them. Spirits. Why didn't Jesus bind those spirits? You don't relocate a spirit if you have not created a conducive atmosphere and accommodation for that spirit. Can I repeat that again? You don't do what? Relocate a spirit if you have not created an alternative conducive atmosphere for that spirit. I see pastors who go to carry village shrines in the name of Jesus. Check their lives, they die quick. At a season, certain attacks will befall them. What happened is that you have not conducted deliverance, you have just caused injustice. For in the justice system of God, every spirit, whether good or bad, has legal right of operation. Jesus said, for this hour is allocated to darkness to operate, which is have legal time to fly before God. Why they couldn't bind that man with chain? All the chains they brought to bind him couldn't bind the man, because that spirit in operation is not designed to respond to chain. So when Jesus came, saw the same spirit, he didn't also chain the spirits. He gave them conducive accommodation. You sent your village idol away to where? You sent your family spirit away to where? Why? Listen, when they go out without giving them conducive place to stay, you are casting them to bottomless pits. No spirit is in the bottomless pit now. It is not time to go. They will go to bottomless pit after the judgment of Christ. So when they will be sent to bottomless pit, even hell and death, are you hearing what I'm saying? It's not yet time, so they can't go there. When that spirit met Jesus, he said, you came too early. This is not the time to bind us. We still have legal access to operate on the earth. So many God deliverance ministers and pastors and believers are bereft of depth. So instead of bringing solution, they cause more problems in homes and in families.